Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. We have an absolutely massive one today. This may be my favorite objective card they've released so far, so I'm going to recommend everyone do this 96 rated FUTTIES Favourite Sandro Tonali, and you know he's worthy of the Whopper button.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
I'm going to go over the best way, the fastest way. I'm going to share with you some tips to help you dominate this challenge. But before we begin, if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. So to bring this Tonali into your club is only a total of a 9-match grind. And the absolute beautiful part of this is not only can you get that Tonali done, you can also work towards some of your icon swaps objectives. Now, the one that will be the easiest one will be this one where you can do 5 squad battles matches with 11 Italian players in your starting squad. That one's going to go hand in hand with a lot of what Tonali is already asking for, so definitely make sure you get this one done at the same time as you're grinding for Tonali. Now, what I did personally, I combined silvers and Eredivisie. So instead of doing 5 silvers or 5 matches with 11 silvers and then 5 matches with 11 Eredivisie, I used 11 silver Eredivisie players, and they are very affordable on the market now. Now, when this first came out, silver Eredivisie cards were through the roof. Now, I ended up buying pretty much all of my team on bid at either 150 or 250 coins, so got the entire team, sold them all for a profit. So silver Eredivisie is very easy to do now, so I recommend combining that. UCL and Italy, I was going to try to combine that, and I was going to work towards that, but each UCL Italian card is like minimum 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 coins, so you'd have to put in a lot of coins to buy all the UCL Italian cards you need. Now, of course, you can go and resell them and get a lot of your money back, but they're going to keep coming down a little bit. From this, what I'm going to do now, since Tonali is a total of 9 matches, I'm just going to save my coins. I'm going to do 5 matches with 11 UCL cards, grind for Tonali, and 5 matches with 11 Italian cards and grind for Tonali. So since I already have to spend 9 matches on Tonali, I'm just going to do this 10 matches here, not worry about combining UCL and Italy, if that makes sense. So let's go back over to our objectives and take a look at what you have to do. First one is Venomous Volley. Score 4 volleys in squad battles on minimum professional difficulty or rivals. Now, this is one that seems to give people a lot of trouble, and I'm not really sure why. I'll tell you exactly the way that I like to do it, and I also notice what makes this a little bit easier is it's not in separate matches. Sometimes it's frustrating if it's like score a volley in 4 separate matches. But this one is score volleys. You can do it all in one match. And what I would recommend, sometimes when you're playing squad battles, there's going to be a team that's like 62 rated with 22 chemistry or something like that. Those are the perfect opponents to do this against. You just score against them. The way I have the most success with volleys is either setting up in like a 4-4-2 and using my wingers, or maybe using 2 striker formations, something like that. And then I'm going to do a driven cross. And what you do with that is R1 or RB, hold that in, power up your cross, 3-4 bars of power. You can get that pretty powerful, send that just driven across the box, and generally your teammate's not going to be able to head it in. They really only have the option to send it in with their foot. That's going to be the easiest way to get the volley. Do that low driven cross, R1. And one thing you may want to set up, if you've got wingers, make sure you're setting them on get in behind. Maybe even want to set it on fast build up, just to try to make sure people are running. And sometimes what works best for me, sometimes when you're playing a team like that's really poor, it says something like a 62 rated squad with poor chemistry. Sometimes you're just like attacking, and they're just defending. Sometimes what you want to do is allow them to come at you. So you let them attack. You're just letting them get into your third, then win the ball back from them, then go on that counter attack. Then sometimes they're not able to get all those bodies back to defend that volley. So that's just another tip on how to get these volleys done. But if you do it that way, it's just going to be the easiest to get the volleys with the low driven cross. Again, R1, and that's a great thing to do in all of FIFA. It's worked well all year. So R1, RB, hold it in, power up your cross, 3 or 4 bars of power, and just, bang it across the box. And then somehow, even though that ball is coming 7,000 miles per hour, your teammate's able to smash it in with his foot. Next one, Milan Maestro, assist using CDMs in 3 separate squad battles matches with minimum 6 Serie A players in your starting squad. Now, this is the one that could be a little bit of a problem if you're combining it with icon swaps. The one that's going to be the easiest is the Italian. Now, it certainly would be easy to get 6 Serie A UCL cards, but if you have Italians already, a lot of Italians already playing Serie A, so you're going to be able to have 6 Serie A Italians fairly easily out of your 11. So just make sure when you're planning for that, that if you're going to combine this with icon swaps, that you either have 6 Serie A UCL cards in your UCL team, or you have 6 Serie A Italians in your Italian team. Now, you certainly could do a silver and Serie A. That certainly could work. You could do Eredivisie. I mean, you can't do Eredivisie because, you know, there's not enough Italian cards or Serie A cards over there to be able to do that. So assist using CDMs, and again, what I also want to point out, it doesn't matter where you play them in game. If you've got a CDM, or if you've got a striker card that you're playing as a CDM, or, you know, that doesn't count as a CDM. It's got to be CDM on their card before they go to the match. So, for example, that Tonali, it says CDM. He counts as a CDM if you play him at striker, center back, right back, left back in game. He still counts as a CDM. Same thing, if you've got Cristiano Ronaldo as a striker and you play him at CDM for whatever reason, that does not count as a CDM. But assist using CDMs in 3 separate squad battles matches with minimum 6 Serie A. Then score using Serie A players in 7 separate squad battles wins. And again, this is going to be the easiest to combine with the Italian. But what you've also got to remember, you can have 11 UCL cards. You can bring in whoever you want off the bench. So you can bring in an Italian player. You can bring in a Serie A player. You can bring in someone else off the bench. You just have to go into these matches with 11 UCL cards or 11 Italian cards. So just kind of keep that in mind. You can bring in whoever you want off the bench. So that's just a very key part of that. And then the last part, this is the biggest thing, assist with through balls using Italian players in 9 separate squad battles matches on minimum professional difficulty. Now, there is an absolutely epic Italian card and Serie A card that's available right now. I'll show you guys him. If you need any help with this challenge, I'll show you guys the team I'm going to use. But El Shaarawy is still available for 2 more days at the time of this recording. Well, actually less than, it's like 47 hours, but, you know, basically 2 more days. So if you have not completed El Shaarawy, he is like one of the best value SBCs we've had all year. I don't even remember exactly what it was, but it's like something like a 77, 78, 79, 80, something like that. Now, I know some of these cards now have gotten expensive, but he's still, I think according to FootBin, I had it up, it's still showing like 70,000 coins or something like that to complete. And you probably have a lot of it in your club already, so definitely make sure to complete this El Shaarawy. He's also going to give a strong link to this Tonali when you get him done. And we also have Dybala that's available. We have Cuadrado. Now, Cuadrado wasn't the greatest value. He just came out today. But Cuadrado is another Serie A option that you could do. But just right there are 4 massive Serie A cards available to you today that you could put together for an epic Serie A team. And should be getting a Serie A dynamic duo on Friday, I imagine. We're going to have Serie A Weekend League Plus this weekend, so you're going to be needing to think of some Serie A cards if you're going to go for Weekend League Plus. But let's take a look at this Tonali and his stats. These stats are just absolutely insane. But we're talking 99 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. We'll look at his work rates and height. 5'11", so he's going to be able to move. He's not super short like Conte, but he's not that super tall and clunky like a Sissoko, which, you know, I don't mind the super tall CDMs because they can, you know, kind of body people, but he's got that nice balance of both. 4-star, which is great. Medium high, so which is what I'm saying. If you want a CDM, he is insane for you. Going to be great. Talking about good enough shooting stats. Now, you could go a couple different ways. You could try to boost his attack positioning and finishing a little bit and make him like a box-to-box midfielder and be fine enough with his defending and physical. Or you can probably do what I'm going to do, which is put like a sentinel on him or something like that. Just really ramp up that defending and physical. You can make his defensive awareness 99. Basically all of his defensive stats 99, but he's still going to have 99 vision, 99 short pass, 99 long pass, 93 agility, 94 balance, 93 composure. I mean, this is just an absolutely phenomenal card. Like I said, this could be my favorite objective card they've released all year. I've always enjoyed playing with Tonali, so I think he's going to be massive for your teams. You look at player traits, we've got leadership and flair, so nothing that's really going to make that much of a difference. Maybe you can make him your captain. I've never really noticed that much of a difference with the leadership trait, but it's good to have. And again, like I said, if you want to have a really strong link, then you're looking at El Shaarawy. I am working person. Now, this is on my new PlayStation account, which I just got my PlayStation less than a week ago, my PlayStation 5. So this is going to be massive because I have started working towards Dybala. I think I will go ahead and do the Quadrado, even though he's not the best value overall. But definitely, and like I said, this is the team I am going to use. Make sure you have some CDMs and make sure you have some Serie A cards and some Italian cards. That's really all you need to do. And then I'm going to sub these guys off. Notice I've got a center back at right wing and I've got a CM at center forward. These are two guys I can sub off immediately, and I can also sub off Caldara. I can make my 3 subs. What I've been doing, I've actually just been playing around using this Akiampong. I have this Alessandrini that I can't really play with on my main team. I do have the full Atal complete, but you know, I can play with this 91 Atal and use him as a super sub. So you can make your whatever super subs you want to make. So don't worry about it. Just use whatever you have in your team to go against these objectives and squad battles. But anyways, guys, we're going to wrap it up for now. Definitely do the Tonali. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below. Check the description. Join my Discord server. But I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.